Kindly take your seat. The counsels in this matter kindly address the court on who is appearing. This morning I saw a document on my desk indicating that there was an appointment of a new counsel to represent the accused person, and I would like to be guided whether this new counsel is acting alongside the counsel who's been on record or he's coming on record.
My lady, I appear for the sentence alongside with the counsel on record. That is Mr. Andrew Muge, who is coming on record for the defendant alongside.
Court assistant, excuse me, Edwin, this cannot be for this one.
The family of the deceased is represented by meeting alongside
Okay, go on.
the DPP is represented by Jowie, who is holding brief of Ms. Moniki, and there's another counsel also.
Together with Ms. Papea.
The matter is coming up for sentencing. I would like to confirm that we received.
Just a minute. So, Prof, I'll request you to sit down because there are observations that I would like to bring to our attention. I delivered judgment in this matter, I believe, on 9th of February. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I set this matter for sentencing today. My understanding of the time given to the parties was a period of about 1 month, if I'm not wrong. And I directed that we have documents and reports filed to enable the court deal with the final lap of these proceedings. I called for the file yesterday. Court assistant, please come here. I need a lot of assistance from you. And among the documents, I expected to assist this court in making its decision today was a pre-sentence report. I expected submissions on sentence from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. I expected a write-up, from the victims' families, counsel in form of submissions. And I expected a write-up from the accused person's lawyer in no other form than mitigating or mitigation submissions. Without, of course, having to repeat what I've said, having had the family challenge up to Wednesday, the only time I would have called for the file was yesterday, which I did. I called for this file in the morning and I only managed to get it at 4 p.m. That was not too late for this court to do its work today. But the most disappointing bit, which I must go out clearly because I have become a victim of condemnation for adjourning this matter. Maybe that tells you why I came back here despite my mourning. And we must put blame where it falls. And so when this file reached me yesterday at 4 p.m., the only document that was availed was a pre-sentence report. I did not have any other document for me to consider, to sit down, even if it was overnight, to prepare my judgment on sentence. I was made to understand the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution filed their submissions at 5:30 p.m. I have been made to understand that the Victims' Family Council filed submissions this morning at 7, rather last night at 7 p.m. The only document from the accused points is a notice of change of advocate, and there are no submissions filed as at sitting here at this hour. So the question I would like all of you to answer to the hearing of the public and of course the good media here is, how is the court supposed to work when we are filing documents at the hours at which we filed? But more critically, how do we then proceed today to enable the court to bring the final curtain on this matter today? So that is my observation. As you stand up to address the court, please deal with that. And in that regard, I will request the first party to go, and that is the ODPP, to speak to what I've said. Thank you.
Thank you, President. I'd like to apologize to the court. The various stakeholders that we have today. We had expected to file our submissions earlier, but that was not possible. Nevertheless, I think we will take directions from this court on how we will proceed. We had hoped to orally submit, but noting that we served with other parties may be. I take apologies.
Okay. I think we'll be moving to the Victims' Family Council. Your submissions were filed. Mr. Omiti?
Yes, madam.
No one introduced you this morning. I only saw the young man, Mr. Msendi. You have not appeared in a long time. I think Prof forgot to introduce you.
Professor Nandwa did.
Oh, he did?
Yes, yes.
My
yes,
apologies. I didn't see him. I've not even entered you on record. Please allow me to do that.
Correct.
I'm sorry about that. But now I have effectively entered you on record.
Thank you, Eddie. Then we also confirm that indeed, as the court has indicated, our submissions were filed last evening. The main reason for that is that we had expected to have received the sentencing report. That would have been important for us to make reference to even as we prepare our submissions. We received the same yesterday and immediately we received it at our submissions and we filed it. So ours is also that we were ready to submit orally, but as we've understood the sentiments of the court because we served this morning. Perhaps the other side will give time. We'll take the action.
Okay. Professor Nandwa for the accused person.
My lady, we sincerely apologize for not filing our submissions, filing misleading document, change of advocacy, no change of advocacy, appointment of we are sorry for that. It is actually notice of
Sure.
we wanted to file our submissions earlier. However, we were waiting for the presented report, which was not sent to us until we endeavored to pursue the officer, and he said that it's ready, but he does not have instruction from his superior to share with us. That was as early as 10 a.m.
When was that? Yesterday.
Okay. We had shared the exchange and he had my contact, but he did not have instruction to share with us. Fortunately, I think he got those instructions at exactly 12 yesterday, 12:30 like that. Around 12:30, he had the courtesy of sharing with us the two reports. One a scanned one and the other one a PDF, but the same report. So we were expected to start reacting to it from that. Fortunately, also today in the morning we have been served with the victims. No, the DPP served, they had the courtesy of serving us with their submissions at around 7
PM.
We looked at it and we were expected also to react on it. Today in the morning, Your Honor, my lady, we have been served with the victims' submissions, which, to be honest, to the court, because I've been participating in the proceedings in previous matters, it's my colleague, Moses, is the son of Bishop Muke.
Good to know.
He's the one who has read. And I think both the prosecution and also the victim, they have said that we want time to react to their submission. But I wish to inform this honorable court that notwithstanding their service, we were ready to do the submissions today orally, and with notwithstanding the fact that the service was late, we are ready to do the oral submissions today. So that we don't delay this.
Yeah, but you may do your oral submissions. Do you think the court would require time to read a document that was filed at 7 PM last night? Because it was not sent to me. How much time do you require, Prof? It's good you have been able to mitigate the situation by dispensing with your rights to consider what was served late. How much time do you require for oral address to the court? Because the purpose of filing submissions is to enable us spend
my colleague
less time on addressing the court on submission, so we just highlight. So how much time do you require for your oral submissions?
My colleague has advised me that 10 minutes will suffice and the court can try to make a determination some time.
So you need 10 minutes?
Within 10 minutes.
Sure. Are you ready?
We are ready.
Then proceed and take 10 minutes to give the court your submissions. I will accommodate you.
My lady, if I may, I think the whisper may be having a misunderstanding. What I meant to say is that
and I'm giving you an option to consider. Let me benefit from the only clock in front of me. I'm not looking at my emails. I'm using the phone for time. 10:18. If I were to give you time and we return to this court in the afternoon at 3, Would that be sufficient time for you to have prepared your client's case, or do you feel that you require more time? Over to you, both of you. I'm not pushing you. Make sure that you are acting in the interest of your client.
Yes, Maria, and that is why I really am requesting for this. Understand that indeed we can, and I have just gone through filings by the victims, but I have not seen the evidence. I understand, will, after we have a discussion with council, we take over the proceedings.
I'm sorry, I will not be able to give you 7 days. It's too long a time, counsel. If you are coming in this matter, there's already a counsel. You can have a discussion with him. 7 days is too long a time to put in submissions.
Already I can take you there.
Yeah, I can give you my directions. May I have a reaction from the other party, knowing that this delay and the adjournment of this matter is occasioned by the bench right in front of me?
Melody, for the prosecution, we are ready to proceed as detailed by the court. It's suggested we come back.
Okay, is your meeting?
Already we are also ready. Ideally, when we received the sentencing report yesterday, we did our very best to prepare and file our submissions. I think the time that the court would be sufficient. So for us, we are ready by all the courts. It's up to you. We will be ready.
I was going to come back in the afternoon at 3, and you can see I could have come at 2 just to allow the other parties adequate time, maybe about 3, 4, 5 hours to work, 4 hours. But if that is not working for them, remember it's their life of their client which is at stake. All right? And 2, we must be sensitive because you are the people who are filing your documents very late, and they cannot and could not have filed until they had seen the documents. But for information, I already know the entire content of the pre-sentence report, and part of my judgment on sentencing has already incorporated that. My judgment, which I had at the time I was working to this, has already incorporated the prosecution because I received them yesterday. What I do not have in that judgment, and of course I've already seen the records from the CRO, which I've taken note of. The only documents which are missing in my judgment is the victims which have just been given. And so, Professor Nando, you've consulted your client. What is his wish and what is your position? And remember, I have ruled out giving you 7 days for submissions or response to.
His wish was already, although we wanted to have a look at what has been filed because we have not shared the document. And therefore, we feel that we be given ample time.
That is not clear. His wish is that you submit orally, but at the same time, you're asking for time to respond.
Yes.
Could you just be a little bit more clearer to the court?
Yes, because of the late service, we need to digest what has been filed for us to be able to address.
So is that then an indication that you are seeking for an adjournment to put in written submissions in response?
Yes, that's
all right.
That's
okay. And if that is the case, then once you put in your written submissions, all the parties will have put in their written submissions. And I would like to know whether at that point you release the matter to the court to write his judgment, and I simply walk back into this court to deliver my judgment on sentence, or will you want to highlight the submissions which you'll have filed, and that now is across the board?
There's no need of highlighting.
Okay.
Maybe we can try.
Same position for the statement.
Committee?
Yes, we've filed very comprehensive submissions.
Okay. So, Professor Nandwa,
Yes, my lady.
do you think you can work today and work on Monday?
Yeah, on today is not enough given that it's also Friday.
And I said today, I hear you. I gave you Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
You think you'll have filed your
By
submissions
end of the
Monday?
yes.
Okay. Court assistant, please ask my court assistant in Naivasha to get me my diary for Tuesday. As you are aware that I've been on leave for 1 full month, I'm resuming my work at Naivasha and it's going to be quite heavy. Tuesday at 2 p.m. so that I can deal with my course list. Naivasha High Court. Because I'm now not able to take this matter in the morning. I have a full course list.
Just a minute.
Sure.
He wants to.
My lady was saying that what we have agreed.
It's okay with him.
Yes. That's submission. No need to add.
Okay. Thank you. I am hoping that the ODPP had the benefit of the pre-sentence report
Yes, my lady, was affected present.
and the victim's family. Okay. And that the accused person has had the benefit of the records from the CRO, Professor Nandwa? Because as you prepare your documents, you need to understand all the documents the court will be taking into account in delivering its judgment on sentence.
They have benefit, although the president report and the DPP said that.
So would you like me to be kind enough to let you know what the records say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The court assistant has moved out. But from my understanding of the records I got, they indicated that he has no previous. Yeah, I think I can consider Tuesday or Wednesday. I thought the two would be able to tell me which of the 2 days. My course list at Naivasha is very heavy. Kindly let Edwin know we are waiting. Edwin, please come over and tell me what you established. Wow. Tuesday is not possible. Wednesday is okay. So if we take it on Tuesday, I may get a bit late. Wednesday, $11:30. I put on my course list. Or 2. Ask her whether there are murder trials for that day. It's very critical. Oh, okay. That I can manage. And I think I can manage to organize myself. I will redistribute my matters for Wednesday to the other days. Maybe I may have to just reschedule them to sit on a Friday. So let me give you Wednesday next week. But all said and done, you must file your documents by Monday to enable me look at them on Tuesday and deliver my judgment on sentence on Wednesday. May I make it very clear that if the documents will not have been filed, then I may not consider them, but I'm sure you understand the necessity and the importance of filing those documents. You are the only people who have the benefit of speaking last, Professor Nandu and Munge, and you have the benefit of responding to what has been written. Had we done oral submissions, highlights, the state probably would have come in after you, and now you have the last opportunity. My earlier reading quite a bit on the sentencing makes it very clear that it's not just the tail end process, but it's a significant stage in the criminal justice system and in a criminal case trial. So I hope we all know that. So may I then just take note, court assistant, confirm the date?
Much obliged. Before you came office, you already have the first this
It's not.
Sorry, she.
Ms. Owero, for a place which is not to this court. She's not a stranger in this matter.
It depends on whether she has local standard known to the court and stranger, and her rights having been extinguished by natural and probable and consequences of events. I hope I'm not speaking too much jargon. This is not to the public, and neither is it to the accused person.
She has to cast her right, and
Sure, I will hear her, for sure. I will hear her.
From where you left.
I will hear her. Please proceed. Yes. Would you like to raise up your voice, counsel, because I can hardly hear your address to the court? If there is a speaker, please use it. Sure.
My lady, if I may, I'm holding brief. I'm Ms. Wawero. I'm holding brief for my learned senior counsel. My lady, we have an application for release of the security. My lady, on 30th of October 2018, the second accused was released on terms of bond of 2 million with one surety of the similar amount. My lady, on 9th of February 2014, my senior made an application for the release of security. It was granted, and we were granted 14 days. After 14 days, we were to write a letter to the deputy registrar to effect the same orders. However, my lady, we wrote a letter on 5th of March 2014 indicating to the DR that we would like the release of the security, which was the title deed of John Gashie. My lady, however, we were praised that the order for the release needed to be in writing. Hence, that's the main reason why we are before.